How's it going, everybody? My name is FaZe Crypto. Welcome to a brand new video. You can connect with us on Snapchat if you would like. All that being said, this video is about Nucleus Vision, and recently we've been seeing a lot of interesting shakeups in the top cryptocurrencies, but in cryptocurrencies in general, in the public conversation that's been happening revolving around these various different technologies. It's been a pretty dramatic couple of days as the charts clearly indicate, and moving forward, cryptocurrency really is a pretty dramatic space. But of course, it is interesting seeing Bitcoin currently at 7,428.58, and of course this video is going to be talking about all the various different things that are happening involving the Internet of Things, data, the conversation that's happening revolving around data, and how the interconnected community on a global scale is really going to have a demand for brand new approaches to a lot of these different problems that are facing certain levels of institutions and so forth. And I really think that Nucleus Vision has an interesting approach as far as how they've branded themselves so far. And when you take a look at the long term and where Nucleus Vision intends to go from where it is right now, I'm definitely really looking forward to seeing a lot of these various different things that are being implemented in regards to how Nucleus Vision has been leveraging the international nature of cryptocurrencies, and ultimately really seeing a lot of various different benefits on a lot of multiple different variables. And one of the things that I was looking at is India is really a developing part of the world right now that's really up and comer as far as having a lot of opportunities to really benefit from the cryptocurrency revolution that's happening right now. And ultimately, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how India is going to be capitalizing on these various different things that are happening across the world as far as how technology has been advancing. Certainly Nucleus Vision is right in the center of a really big development that's happening across the board, and it really is gets me thinking Lamborghini time. I mean, when you think about the fact that the entire nation of India is really up and coming, they're going to be a very significant world power within a short amount of time. I mean, just going hand in hand with the cryptocurrency revolution that's happening right now, really India stands to move in combat. I mean, as far as on an economic level, countries that have ultimately been in power up until this point really have to adapt to this shifting paradigm. And the fact that, I mean, Nucleus Vision is really doing an interesting job as far as how they've been approaching this shifting climate of these various different technologies. And ultimately, the internet was indeed a very interesting paradigm shift. It was something that changed the way that people approach and perceive multiple aspects of society. And ultimately, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Nucleus Vision is going to really build upon that and essentially revolutionize the whole way that we've been perceiving this membership programs, and the way that Nucleus Vision essentially puts into the hands of the consumer their own data, which is essentially something that's really being talked about now if you pay attention to the conversation that's happening involving Facebook and so forth. I mean, the fact that Nucleus Vision really is approaching this space, retail space, that's really, we can see retail is at the end of its rope right now. We can see retail in general. We're seeing all these old big companies, even Walmart taking a hit, Target, all these old names that at one point people thought were indestructible really coming to a decline. But cryptocurrency is here to save the day, so it is interesting to see that Nucleus Vision is approaching this sort of potential, this developing opportunity, as far as we see when people go into a store, for example, they have their cell phone with them, so they have the potential to essentially have shopping preferences and all these various different things that you would up until this point probably only imagine being used on the internet. internet, but of course that data can be leveraged in all sorts of ways, and ultimately that's the way of the future. The future of retail is going to be something going hand in hand with Nucleus Vision, and it is interesting to think about. I mean, you look at just a simple Google search will tell you, retail is ultimately coming to this paradigm shift along with everything else. It's got to do with putting the real world on the graphic user interface, and essentially the way that people are acting and interacting within these various different grocery stores. We're essentially seeing a really dramatic shift in the way that a lot of these variables function. You just take a look at the way that Amazon is currently revolutionizing the way that people use these various different technologies and so forth, and essentially self-checkout in these various different robot-oriented things in the retail space are perpetually coming to a swift replacing the way that things are currently going. So a lot of different interesting things happening, a lot of different opportunities for Nucleus Vision, and I'm of course going to be really looking forward to how the team is going to be optimizing their project as far as when you really look at the long term, the timeline as far as Nucleus Vision is concerned, we really can be expecting to see a lot of various different things that will be happening within the next few years. So I'm really giving Nucleus Vision a lot of attention. I've been doing a lot of research involving Nucleus Vision. It's currently ranking at 142 as far as the cryptocurrencies go, and I think that ultimately long term we could see Nucleus Vision really rivaling a lot of these top cryptos, and essentially moving forward and potentially having a shot at being a top crypto, top 100 at least within a short amount of time. And yeah, it is interesting to see how these various different components and variables of the world have been coming together in such an interesting way. So yeah, definitely make sure that you guys are following Nucleus Vision on their Twitter. Twitter really is a great resource when it comes to gaining information regarding these technologies and staying up to date as far as Nucleus Vision and so forth goes. And you could also connect with us on our official Twitter as well. Our Twitter is right there. It's of course CryptoTuber. So if you guys are interested, you could easily connect with us on Twitter as well. And of course, remember, standard disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment, educational purposes only, and the whole purpose of me making this video is so that I could share my opinion regarding Nucleus Vision and so forth. And I'm always interested in hearing what your opinion is, so make sure that you guys share your opinions down in the comment section down below. Do you think Nucleus Vision is going to be the crypto to Lambo, to fully Lambo? I would hope so. Ultimately looking forward, I think that there is a lot of potential for cryptocurrencies to do a lot of amazing things. Of course, with Bitcoin dominance where it is currently at 45, it is a lot of things that need to happen in terms of the conversation that's currently happening involving regulations. Of course, there are a lot of various different components that need to come together in regards to the overall acceptance of these technologies and how we're going to be moving forward in the greater community that's essentially connected by the internet. Now, of course, it is important to take into consideration the fact that Nucleus Vision is, they do seem pretty aware of how the future is going to be progressing. And, it is interesting to see how, Nucleus Vision has been strategically placing themselves, in coordination with a lot of these different variables at, such an important time, as far as the way that the, current conversation that's happening involving, NCASH, and of course, I don't know. I'll be interested to see what's going to be happening in the next few years, and of course the next few months. We'll definitely be witnessing a lot of this different stuff unfolding, and of course, NCASH really is at the top of a lot of these lists I mean, it is interesting to see how you know, these different variables have been coming together. Yeah, I mean, all that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this content. Make sure that you guys you know, are subscribed, and of course share this video out there, you know, with friends or anybody you know who likes NCASH. And yeah, we'll definitely be interested in seeing whoever connects with us on Snapchat. So make sure that if you are already, you guys are connecting to us on Snapchat, you could easily just scan that. And you know, all that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.